Well, good morning. I'm out here on a beautiful June morning in northern Wisconsin, and kind of gonna go for a mixed bag today. We're gonna try for walleyes this morning. See if we can scratch up a couple walleyes, and then I'm pretty sure the bluegills are gonna be moving on to beds. We've had a lot of warm weather here. The sun's been out, and I've heard some rumors that they're starting to move in. So probably look for some bluegill beds later, maybe fish some crappies on some structure, maybe pull some swim baits for bass and pike. There's so many options this time of year here in Wisconsin. The variety is basically second to none. So there's a fish. Fish on. Oh, it's a decent one too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mr. Pike. Man, they fight in this warm water. There we go. Just crushed that jig and minnow. He'd actually be big enough to fillet if I wanted him, but we got lots of fishing to do today, so I'm gonna let that guy go and keep fishing here. Just running a jig and a shiner right on the edge of the weeds, and you never know what you're gonna get on that rig. Pike, bass, walleyes, even big crappies will eat that. So let's keep fishing. Well, I hit a spot that I thought would have some walleyes this morning. Had some cribs and stuff around it, so it was more concentrated structure, and I hit that with the jig and minnow, and I caught a bunch of pike, but nothing for walleyes. So now I'm just gonna hit the weed lines here, and with a little faster moving bait, I'm gonna use this Euro Tackle Profiler 4-inch swim bait on a jig head, and just cover some water and see if I can find a few fish along this weed line here. See what happens with this. That's the right species. There we go. The old boat flip walleye. Second cast with that swim bait. Boom. Wisconsin gold right there. Doesn't get much prettier than that. I think he'll go pretty much right at 15. Yeah, 16 and a half. He's going in the box. Perfect eating fish right there. So I think we're hopefully on to something here. Just gonna run that swim bait on this weed line and see if we can get some more. Fish on. Little snake piker. Third cast, second fish. Just slow rolling that bait across the weed tops, just letting it tick the weeds once in a while. I think I got it on a 3/8 ounce jig head, swim bait jig head. I'm just straight retrieving it. I'm not really giving it any kind of jigging motion. Just cast, let it hit the weed tops, and just straight retrieve right across the top of the weeds. Fish on. This feels kind of bassy. Yes, sir. Little largemouth. This county I'm fishing, there's no minimum size on bass. That's a perfect eater right there. He's gonna go in the live well. Alright, I kind of ran out of weeds on that weed line. I'm gonna take the boat around and head back up to another weed line I know has got a lot of cabbage on it. And I'm hoping that's gonna have a little bit more, it's a little steeper drop, and I'm hoping there's gonna be some fish on that. And then the sun's getting up now, and the walleyes might start to move a little deeper or onto the windy side of the lake. So if I don't get any action on this next weed line, I'm gonna probably move to the windy side where there's a little more wave action to disturb the surface so the light doesn't penetrate quite as far, and try and stretch the walleye bite a little bit into the morning. So we're gonna move and see what happens. I always throw on a little billy rub, and this is the smelt flavor. Just a little bit on the belly of the plastic there, gives it a little extra flavor, and it stays on the bait like unbelievable. It's like a paste. Super easy, one-time application and you're done. And when you put a new plastic on, just hit it again and you're good to go. Fish. Another nice largemouth. Just got to the end of that weed point. Figured there'd be some fish out there, and sure enough, another little bass for the live well. See if we can get another one. Snake attack. Alright, so I gave up on the walleyes for now until we get some wind later, hopefully, but now I'm just idling through some shallows here, starting to look for bluegill beds, and I'm expecting we'll find some somewhere here, kind of hitting the north side of the lake where the sun hits the most and warms the water up the quickest. So we're just gonna cruise around and see if we can find some here. Alright, I found my first bluegill beds right here, and probably 20 of them or so. This is where it gets fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that tank, huh? Beautiful. Awesome, about an 8-inch bluegill right there. That's my fly of choice. The little X legs with the pink head on it. We're about to have ourselves a bunch of fun right now. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh yeah. That's a beauty. Absolute beautiful bluegill. Oh, they're so fun on a fly rod. So fun. Another great way to catch these fish is with a little soft plastic, microplastic. Alright, so these bluegills are being super finicky on the plastics. They'll pick it up and spit it out right away. So I'm going to coat one in billy rub. This is a Euro Tackle Y fry. I'm going to drop that in there and see if they'll eat that now. Just as kind of a test to see if this stuff really works. Yep, they ate it. Just like that. Let's try another one here. Yep, got them. It works. They will eat that. That's crazy. Oh, look at that. Just chomped it. They're eating the Y fry with the billy rub on it like it's live bait. That's pretty awesome. It's a lot more durable than live bait, I'll tell you that. These can stand up to a lot more fish than a crawler. So I think we'll do a little more experimenting and see if we can get a few more of these bluegills. These are dandies. Alright, on another pot of spawning bluegills here. The beauty of a fly is I can watch those little fish grab it and they'll spit it out once they realize it's not real. It's not like live bait where they'll just swallow it and then I can wait until a big fish eats it. Little guy, spit it out. Down into the nest. Slurp, big one. Just like that. Oh, nice. It's probably a 8.5, 9er right there, something like that. So fun. That's awesome. That's a tank. That's a beautiful fish right there. I got enough for supper, so I'm just catching and releasing some right now. Slurp, got him. Oh, that is sweet. Beautiful little fish. Got him. Oh, that's a dandy. He ate it. Well, it was a fun morning on the water. Caught a bunch of really nice bluegills on the fly and on some plastics, and then also got a couple decent bass and some small pike and a nice eater walleye. So can't complain about a morning like that, and got plenty of fish for the fish fry. So keep fishing, get hooked up. Talk to you later, guys.